Now that we have everyone's attention, we need to start thinking long term. Convictions for the murderers involved in the Floyd case is not long term. Convictions for the murderers involved in the Arbery case is not long term. Convictions for the atrocity that occurred in the Taylor case is not long term. If we stop at these things, we stand to lose far more than we ever stood to gain. Long term means making legacies of George Floyd, of Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, Tamir Rice, Eric Gardner, Walter Scott, Sandra Bland, everyone who's lost their lives to senseless violence. The best way we solidify real legacies for these martyrs is to get change. How do we get this change? Change will only come through nation building. It is time we stop asking for the change that we want and need and start being that change and making that change ourselves. Black people are the only people in this country without a nation. Let's not forget that that's by design. Every minority group has a greater nation from which they draw their culture, their values, their principles, behaviors, and very importantly, their environments and economy. A nation gives a sense of commonality and belonging. It reinforces your sense of somebodyness. Being without a nation means that we are a people without a collective vision, without collective values and principles, efforts, and a people with unhealthy environments and economies. We need a nation. We need a nation to establish a strong position from which to negotiate the changes that we need with the system. We need Black historians to help tell us and understand our story, to develop a mission and a vision for this Black nation. We need a Black flag. We need Black politicians and policymakers to construct policies we need to make change and make sure that they get passed and implemented correctly. For instance, the New Deal brought about great economic relief to people. However, most Black people were exempt from its benefits. If you are out marching and continuing to march, we need you to do so. But we also need you to make sure you are registered to vote. Make sure everyone you are marching with is registered to vote. March door to door to your Black neighbors and make sure that they are registered to vote. Black community leaders develop local conferences that establishes a platform that the entire Black community can get behind and run people who will fight for that platform no matter what. Educate the community on that platform so they understand it and they understand its approaches and its benefits. Then get the people who are running on that platform elected. Have your community attend every single public meeting, every single school board meeting, planning commission meeting, city and county meetings. Attend all of them. Make your presence known. Black lawyers, engage the Black community around you. Get rid of the legal oppositions that they face to voting and in life. Clear their records. Black wealthy people, invest in IDs and transportations to get the poor to the polls so that they can vote on our collective platform. Black entrepreneurs, start business and financial literacy programs in your community. Black wealthy people, provide microfinancing to Black enterprises. We need to make entrepreneurs of legitimate business out of our gang members. The math, the business, and creative talents and skills that is currently within our gangs is incredible. Gang members, understand, you have a place in the Black nation. We need your spirit, we need your advocacy, we need your talents, but we need you to understand that we are not your enemy. The violence against us is not the way forward, but by engaging in a legitimate business with the right leadership, we can bring you all the wealth and all the power that you have and more. As a community, we are very wealthy. We need to buy from Black-only sources. Where those sources do not exist, we need to build them. We need to sell everything. We need to establish a system of supply chain management so that the Black individuals on the West Coast can buy from Black entrepreneurs in the East, the West, North, and the South, and vice versa. We need a Black Amazon, a website where you can go and get anything you need from a Black source. We need Black teachers to be teaching Black students Black worth, their self-worth. We need black jurors. We need black cops. We need black lawyers. We need black judges. And we need black DAs and public defenders. When these folks and any other public official don't serve the interests of the black community, we need to get them out. The black community has great cancelability. We could cancel a Karen in a second. We can get her fired. We can cancel a celebrity and bring her to shame. But we don't do the same for our politicians. They can continue to bring us death and remain in power. It is time we mobilize against them, against the system, and cancel them. We need to stop giving corporations who use prison labor our money. This is exactly why there's a profit motive in the criminal justice system, and exactly why criminals, prisoners, are still allowed to be made slaves. If we got rid of the profit motive, then maybe we can close the loophole on the 13th Amendment. We need to penetrate the system at every level, then provide people the support that they need to fill those positions effectively. We need black pastors, entertainers, and celebrities to help lead this effort. The grim reality behind this is everything that I said is already existing in other communities. It just doesn't exist in the black community. And it's likely that this position is going to be met and considered divisive. However, there's absolutely nothing divisive bringing together a community. And in order for the black community to be where it is we need to be, to negotiate from a position of power as opposed to trauma and hurt, is we need to start looking inward and developing the community that we need, the nation that we need. If we were a community, then people wouldn't treat us the way that they do. However, they treat us the way that they do because in most cases, they're only going to be dealing with the individual and not the community. A nation ensures that no black individual is without a community. And that's why we need a black community. My point in all this, there's a lot of rage and there's a lot of people asking, what do we do? Well, this is a place to start. Community building, nation building. Hope to have your support.